Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday stream. We're here. We've got our good friend, Sarah, the Failweather friend. My very own, very special T Kitsune, if you will. T-Fox.
T-Fox.
T-Fox. She is a veteran of the Mystic Messenger, so naturally we had to bring her over to play a route or two of the Charming Empire. So here we go. We're going to do this one fresh. From the beginning, spanking new story.
All right.
We've got charming boys all over, as you can see.
He's my favorite looking one, though, and you already started his thing.
I did start his thing already. He's the nicest looking dude.
He is the nicest looking dude. Looks like 707. All right, we're going with this guy. Yes.
Toki Tanba.
Tanba.
Toki Tanba. My brother is completely different from what I remember. First of all, you will live in this palace as my sister and take lessons to improve your education and etiquette. I stifle my misery with the prospect of seeing my brother, but he barely even greets me before ordering me around. I have no idea what you're thinking, but from now on, you will live with me as one of my most powerful people in our country,
Soshi, actually,
There is nothing to worry about. I've already set up an excellent tutor for you. You'll settle in before you know it. You must quickly learn how to be a princess. After that, the rest will fall into place. It's not like I was expecting an emotional homecoming, but Soshi's acting pretty aloof for a long-awaited sibling reunion. Since he doesn't leave me time to talk, all I can do is frantically try to process what he's saying. But he talks so fast about the rules that I realize I need to start memorizing before I start processing. That's all for now. Ask your tutor or servant if you have any questions.
okay.
From now on, you'll learn all that you can in order to marry into the family of my choosing.
Mary?
I need you to work to become the perfect bride, so that you don't dishonor the family name. That is all.
How old is she? Like 16?
It isn't strange to get married at my age.
Oh, good. That makes me feel so much better.
And I do not plan to get married, and I do plan to get married at some point, but...
Things are moving way too fast. I'm with you, girl.
Even though the elegant words flowing out of Soshi's mouth are about me, the reality of it all doesn't sink in. After all that information, my brother falls silent, and all I can do is gaze upon him. Up at him in a confused gaze. That's all I have to say.
Get out.
You may leave. I snapped back to reality. I knew that Soshi was busy, but I had no idea how busy he actually was. The time he had spared for me is over, and with a glance of at his watch, he quickly leaves the room.
Yes.
I have no idea how long I had slept, but when I come to, there's someone knocking at my door.
She slept in this one.
I glance around my unfamiliar room and get my heavy body out of bed. Just as I sit up, the door opens with a loud crick. Excuse me. Good morning. Oh, you're not dressed yet. It's time for your lesson, so hurry up.
And you are?
An overbearing woman enters the room and leads me to my desk. Nice to meet you. I'll be your tutor from now on, princess. Lord Amazaki told me to teach you all I can, but it looks like we need to start with waking up on time. My job is to teach you how to be a proper human being, and I don't plan to go easy on you. When I say proper human being, I mean someone good enough to represent our country abroad. It's not an easy job.
Oh my god, someone can teach me how to be a proper human being. Right. I'll do my best to improve any faults I may have, so give me your worst.
Speaking of faults, how about that cowardly attitude? That's no way for a princess to act, so you better stop. My tutor gives me a disdainful look and walks over to the window with a sigh. It looks like I'll have to start from zero with you. Come out onto the balcony.
The balcony? But what about my studies?
My tutor ignores me and pushes the huge windows open. Wow. I follow her out onto the beautifully decorated balcony. For a second, the wind against my cheek reminds me of the countryside, but it's just an illusion. A foreign town lies below us. I can see people walking through the streets in the distance.
From there?
There are so many people there, but I don't know any of them. It makes me realize again how far away I've come all alone. As you can say, are you listening, princess?
Not at all. Oh, sure. Yeah. Oops. There's no time to move around.
My tutor glares at me. Pull yourself together. You can't act like a tourist here forever.
What a day.
Now listen. All the land before you is under your brother, Lord Amazaki's rule. All those tea houses, photo studies, vegetable and fish stands, and factories you see couldn't be there without him. Photo studios. Photo studios. That's both amazing and terrifying.
Is it though?
Soon we'll be going into town for you to learn about how the capital is governed. However, while they may be few and far between, there are some people who are up to no good. My tutor's brow wrinkles even deeper as she continues. We of course have the best guards to protect you in the worst case scenario, so there's nothing to fear. My tutor's words are comforting. One of those guards already protected me when I first came here. Nothing? You'd have to go back and watch the first episode.
Tell me though.
You have to go back and watch.
Why?
But I have to be aware of the possibility of danger. This may be a scarier place than I thought. Even though I know I'm safe, I start to tense up. As if noticing my tension, my tutor softens her tone. Don't worry. It's usually a peaceful place. Recently, foreign sweets like Baumkuchen have been very popular.
Baumkuchen.
My fear disappears in an instant.
Isn't Baumkuchen that weird cake that isn't made of beans or sweet rice? I saw it in a book once and have always wanted to try it.
I start happily chatting away, just remembering the picture of Baumkuchen I saw makes me smile. When my excitement turns me into a chatterbox, my tutor gives me a cold look. How about putting that enthusiasm into your studies?
What are we studying?
It's rude to interrupt.
We're on the balcony.
I'm afraid this is going to take a while.
We're just looking at the scenery. Would it be too bad to apologize? Should I fight back? Is that what princesses do?
Princesses fight back? What kind of princess do you want to be, though?
Do I want to be an asshole?
I feel like you should be. No.
Be aggressive!
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Well, sure, I have flaws, but...
You can fix that attitude before complaining about what other people say. ...
This isn't working. No matter what I say, she always has a comeback.
Just as I give up and shut my mouth, my tutor suddenly remembers something. Just so you know, you're not permitted to go into town just to eat sweets.
Of course. I know that.
Okay. Okay. So, it might have crossed my mind, but I keep that to myself. I say that for both the sake of your etiquette and your personal safety. As I mentioned before, there are some people in town who are up to no good. I heard that your car was attacked on your way here by a group of rebels. You still go back and watch it. That is why I have you eating strange food from out there. Can't. Leaving the palace on your own is also forbidden.
Can't believe town is that dangerous. I wonder if Soshi would save me if I were attacked.
I can't even imagine him doing that. I doubt my brother would ever worry about me. When I saw him yesterday, he didn't even smile at me like he used to.
I doubt he'd get worked up over me.
Alright, you have a lot to learn. Let's get started. When I start daydreaming, my tutor's sharp tone brings me back to reality.
There's no use thinking about it. I just have to do what I can.
That's all for today. It's almost dinner time, so you're free to rest up until then. Even though my first lesson, I learn a lot. My tutor is so strict that I almost fight back several times.
Finally.
I'd like you to review all the material we covered today for tomorrow's lesson.
Okay, thank you.
Careful not to let my fatigue show. I stand up with a smile. I lower my eyes and bow. My tutor gives me a satisfied look and leaves the room. As soon as I hear the door shut, I let out a big sigh and sprawl out on my desk.
Phew, I'm beat.
I never learned so much etiquette in my life. Apart from the girls at school, my guardian taught me the basics to get by. Plus, I'm not only learning etiquette, but history, geography, politics, international relations, and foreign language too.
I didn't think I had to learn this much.
I groan at the thought of having to study all of this every day.
Sounds great. How am I going to survive? So what do those heart things mean? Are those good?
That's just you choosing a path.
That's it?
That's all it is.
Oh,
it's just
so you don't know
path.
if it's a good
I don't think you know good or bad yet. I don't think there is a symbol for good or bad yet. I've only done the starts of everyone's. See how they differed. I realized I had fallen asleep when I hear a polite knock at my door. Excuse me, miss. Excuse me. A chef sets an array of colorful dishes in front of me, and this is my first time seeing a silver spoon.
My metaphors. Is there some kind of celebration today? This is really fancy food.
Of course it's fancy. A princess must only partake of the highest quality foods.
Highest quality food.
The chef explained each dish before me, quietly leaving the room. I can't not do the accent with this gesture. The room feels even quieter when I'm left alone.
After all those years of eating with my dear elders, now I'm on my own.
When I came to the palace yesterday, I had dinner with my brother, but he's so busy today that I have to fend for myself.
Did you though? This is kind of lonely.
I feel like I'll never get used to this way of life, but I just have to accept it.
There's no point in getting depressed.
I force myself to sound cheerful.
To herself?
My eyes move from one delicious-looking plate to the next before deciding to start with the steaming bowl of vegetable soup.
There's the chef still standing there. This is delicious. It really warms me up. ... I wish I could talk to someone.
Even my forced cheerfulness is depressing, so I eat the rest of my dinner in silence.
I need to pretend to not be depressed to trick myself into being depressed.
After dinner, I quickly review my lessons. My tutor works me hard, but she explains things well that reviewing them is a piece of cake.
wonder if I can explore the palace.
My tutor told me not to go into town, but so she said I could move around the palace. I courageously head towards the door. When I leave my room, I turn a few corners. I find myself in an endless hallway. The dim lamps and portraits of important people on the walls make me feel like I'm being watched.
This is kind of scary.
I cross my arms and a shiver runs up my spine. Suddenly, I see a shadow down the hall.
Oh no!
I run behind a statue. As the shadow comes closer, I see it's my brother. He disappears into a distant room without noticing me.
But if she's allowed to move around the palace, then why is she so startled about getting caught?
She's squeamish.
Okay. Is he still working at this hour? She's supposed to be sleeping. Does she have a bedtime?
So she isn't as kind as he used to be when I lived in the capital before, but it must be because of his busy schedule.
I wish we could talk like we used to.
After walking for a while, I suddenly hear footsteps behind me.
Now what?
I get nervous as the footsteps get louder.
Do they think I ran away and came looking for me?
The quickly approaching steps force me into a nearby room. I shut the door behind me.
Are we at the stores
and
now?
slumped down into the floor, onto the floor.
Level. Phew, that was close.
I look around and realize I'm not in a room, but a narrow hallway.
Sewers. Is this a hidden pathway?
It's full of dust, dimly lit. I can feel a breeze in the distance. This must be some sort of emergency escape route.
Let's go! Gonna explore. I wonder where it leads.
I decide to head forward cautiously. It seems to lead outside as I follow the breeze. I start to see lights in the distance.
Shit, I don't want to be outside. Now I'll really get in trouble. Am I outside of the palace?
When I reach the end of the path, I find myself in an alley off the town square. I stretched myself out and breathed in the nice and cool outdoor air.
That kind of...
Being out here makes me feel like it's been ages since my feet touched the earth.
That's a weird thing to think about. Ever since I came to the palace, all my feet have touched is carpet and marble. Poor you.
It's so relaxing out here. I wish I could stay outside forever.
Oops, I can't let down my guard. It'd be dangerous if someone found me outside of the palace.
I break into a nervous sweat, just remembering my tutor's glare this afternoon.
I need to hurry back.
Scurried footsteps.
Oh good, I got back without getting lost.
It's hard to retrace my steps since I followed the breeze to get out, but I managed to get all the way back to my room.
So that path really is a hidden passage.
But if it's an emergency escape route, someone would have told me about it. Since no one did, I bet I'm not supposed to know about it.
I feel like that's good information to know. I should keep it to myself.
Oh no. Ever since I found the secret pathway, I keep it to myself and focus on my studies. I try to work hard, but the mundane studying and eating routine just tires me out. Since I don't have friends in the palace, I spend hours on the balcony gazing at the town.
Sounds fun. I'm sick of being cooped up in the palace every day. I want to go into town.
Just as I feel like I'll go crazy, I remember the hidden pathway that leads outside.
I'll just go get a little outside air. No one will miss me if I get back before dinner.
Making excuses on my way out, I tuck my purse into my sleeve quietly, leave my room, and run into the hidden pathway. I get a little lost today, but I finally make it safely outside. It was evening last time. I came out, but it's the afternoon now. Basking in the sun makes me feel even better than before.
But someone might see me in the light.
Luckily, the pathway exit is hidden in the trees. As I move into sunlight, I dodge the guards and escape the palace grounds. The noisy hustle and bustle of the town quickens my pace.
I wonder what town is like.
My heart bursts with excitement as I head to the shopping district under the bright blue sky.
Shopping district.
Ooh la la.
Let's go get shoes.
Episode 2 of Toki